Okay, so this is Dark Spear once again we're restarting. So evidently Dragon Campaign playoffs the times are a little bit off. So 30 minutes was the restart time. So I think we're a little bit early. Should be any time now. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and show some battle reports from the sea that we had. We just been trying to practice these new rally formations, stuff like that. These are some of our main setters: Supreme Farmer, Malice. Pretty good stats on our team. So it was just sea thrown. So I think that it's in 4 minutes, but if not, somebody can message me. This is where I'm at. Kingdom 97, 312, 549. From what I'm told, it's at 7:34 or 7:37 a.m. my time. So it's not yet. I'm a little early just because I don't want to miss it, but I was already set up. I set alarm. I woke up. It's Saturday morning, 7:30 in the morning. This is our little base. I got these wings. They look really good on the tiger. I always love that gold crescent. Here's Mama Malice. She's like our primary rally setter for the most part. She's like always online. KK, Deer Supreme Farmer, he's our heavy duty rally too. He's basically a primary rally setter. So is Joker. We have a decent group. Here's Reaper. Reaper sets rallies. There's Lassie. I do like that golden chest skin. So I think we still got a couple minutes. Just taking a look around in the kingdom. I'll show Joker's. This Joker, he sets a lot of our rallies. He's online a lot. Khaleesi sets a lot of rallies. Again, online a lot. So yeah, check the time. I mean, it should be any minute now. Just gonna try to see. Okay, so I'm all set up. Just so everybody knows, I have 5 reward codes. If anybody's probably already won those, they're not like, you're not gonna go retire on them. They're not huge rewards, but there's something. So throughout this stream, I'll go ahead and give away rewards, codes. We'll just get your name, your information. I'll mark you down, and then after the stream, contact me, and I will send you the reward code. So I think it's in like a minute it starts. So not quite yet. So any minute. All right, so I'm told it should be like now. So it should be any time. If anybody's out there, message me in game and tell me the exact time. Or just type it in the screen, I could see you. No, it's not over. It's not over. They just have the times wrong. So the start time was like evidently 30 minutes after when they initially posted it. So it's supposed to be any minute now. Okay, so somebody just said it'll start in 2 minutes. So that means we'll sit here and wait. So 7:40 Pacific time. All right. So, yep, this is what you're looking at. We are One Alliance base, the primary base. We have like some little satellite locations where more of our players are, but this is where we mostly hang out at. Normally, I would not be starting and waiting like this. I pretty much, I log in a couple minutes right before it starts and then we just get on with it. But this is a little bit abnormal circumstance. Okay, so 7:40, let's go see if we can get in. All right, so we're getting in. Usually takes a minute to populate the map, to load us, to drop us onto the map. And then they get 5 minutes of setup time, prep time, and then they go. All right, so let's see who's what color here. And like will be red. WAT's a lot of Chinese characters, so I'll just be not able to say most of their names, looks like. They're showing up. Here's that cool castle skin. This guy right here, the Prime Minister. So it looks like WAT's going to show up to play. Of course, this is the semifinals or whatever, so everybody here at this point wants to be here. Then here's BK1. Everybody knows who BK1 is. Lord Zack, Terminator, Mr. Nope, HWMIC, Bander. There's Poppy. So Windwalker, Tookie. So many powerful castles on this side. Obviously, WAT has a lot of powerful castles too, because that's why they're here. A lot of people are going to recognize these teams. There's Katila Mala. She's looking pretty glorious. Magic, huh? This name looks familiar to me. Okay. A lot of Lord 60s. It looks like 2.5 minutes to go for setup. WAT will be red, BK1 will be blue. For those of you guys that probably recognize a lot of these players too. Yeah, so a lot of names I can't say, can't pronounce, but we'll look at some of these guys. So some 59, Lord 59 King. Oh, we got the green dragon wings. I like those two. Who's the prime minister here? Lord 60. Again, they got the profile avatar pictures above the tops of the castle. I just love that. So, castle points, castle kills give points, lots of points, capturing the center spine of the map, Tower Blessing, Crystal Mine, Medical Hall, supply points, the armory, the training grounds, those all give most points, but there is also extra little bonus features now with these micro crystals. So these give you points per minute as well. So it looks like 47 seconds to go. This is going to be a highly anticipated match. So this should be a bloodbath. And then in a couple hours we'll do versus win. All right, so 20 seconds to go. We'll see who's going to port, who's going to jump. We'll watch BK1 take off, see what they do. If they employ the strategy of porting to the center or breaking into teams or what. So they got some, looks like shooting from base. Couple of them ported. So they did some leapfrog. Doesn't look like a lot of them ported. Just a couple, or maybe that's just a bug. Okay, so it looks like the majority of them basically sat back. And that's a smart strategy. I saw that last week from Do. So WAT had a couple port, but the majority stayed at the spawn point. So here we go at a micro crystal just south of the main crystal. Has a small WAT contingent of 4 castles, probably to do mini rallies from there. And I'm not seeing anybody else really ported. So it looks like both teams are pretty much employing the strategy of saving teleports, using those to avoid big hits, and doing most of their shots from deep range here, all the way back here at the spawn points. Which that's a pretty clever strategy, because especially at this point when kills are real and you're playing against teams like this, nobody wants to get killed. So let's look at a couple of these early battle reports, some solo hits. Look at these stats. So looks like the WAT player here, infantry heavy, but looks like he switched his stats over to archer. A lot of the big powerful castles are doing archer now over cavalry. So that's interesting to see. Let's just look at the damages. Where is the damage on this? Holy cow, he's got a lot of stats. So no damages there. Still early on. Everybody's still kind of situating. Points are still kind of accumulating. You don't get the main points until you get some turnovers, captures, capture points. Okay, so looks like we have some WAT castles up here too. So WAT did some small grouping, broke into a couple of teams. We have a fortune cat up here. Lord 60. So WAT ported to the north with a group, and then ported to the central just south of the main crystal mine with the group. So they might be running multiple operations. Both these teams likely on Discord right now, talking, doing most of their communication direct on a live chat. Probably not a whole lot of typing going on. And from the spectator perspective here, we can't see who's got reinforcement rallies set, who's got counter rallies set. There's a lot that we can't see from this perspective. So let's go ahead and see. Looks like we've had a few battles. Not a rally. Let's look for a rally. So here's a rally. Mr. Nope versus WAT. So here's some stats. 4.1 versus 5.5, basically, almost. These are some of the strongest dudes in the game right here. So Mr. Nope, 1600 on infantry, cavalry, 1700 on archer. His siege, 1300. Let's look at the damages. 268 offensive damage versus the defenders, 297 defensive damage. So anytime you got up there around 300% defensive damage, it's tough. But again, these guys are so strong. A lot of these reports are going to come down to unit selection. So what's the score? So right now, WAT up on BK1, 188 to 77, but it's still really, really early. We're still kind of feeling each other out here. Let's look at some more battle reports. Solo. So some singles. Okay, so it looks like they're pulling after they capture. So, and then likely what they're doing is as soon as a target building that they're holding is captured and the other team's got a reinforcement or counter rally on it, they're recalling their troops and setting their own counter rallies. That way you can avoid taking the defensive hit and turn around and offensively hit what's remaining. You know, there's a lot of different strategies you employ, but early on in a match, you're trying to conserve your troops so you don't just get wasted and can't fight. So early on, most of them are probably going to be avoiding taking too much damage. Looks like WAT's got a rally up. Still pretty neck and neck. 282 to 216. But a lot of time to go. As far as I know, this will be the first stream BK1 has streamed. So it's looking like WAT has taken control of the top portion of the map. You only see the Tower Blessing, Teleport Point, and Supply Point, but likely they have a lot of those micro crystals up around there too. And BK1 has the armory position. People are skipping the teleport points. They're skipping the dragon towers. Those don't give any points. So we got a 6.1 million rally going into the Armory from WAT. Let's see. Oh, so it looks like that was a loss. They failed to capture. So offensive rally loss on Tookie. Tookie's stats are strong. Very strong player. Pretty balanced. Evenly balanced, though. I like balance. I don't like to just swing at all my power at one side or the other. Wow, look at Tookie's defensive damage, 322. Defensive damage taken, 297. That's a lot. The offensive setter, under 200. Huh. Wonder if he just didn't get changed over or what there, but that don't seem right. So that would be offensive loss by WAT at the Armory. So 342 to 337. It's neck and neck. Looks like a small rally just hit the supply point. So BK1's shooting range shots from their base. None of them ported. Sending some solo attacks. So it looks like they're holding the training ground, but it's flashing, so it could be under rally right there. So 337, BK1 has taken the lead. They're up now 398 for the first time taking the lead over WAT. Still very, very close. And this is just the initial part of the match where they're fighting for point buildings. You know, you start doing castle rallies and people start getting cracked, you'll start seeing 400 or 500 point swings. But both these teams are, I mean, their castles are very strong. So, I mean, going after some of these castles would be very hard. So I just see some solo hits, 700,000 solos. So that rally, offensive rally loss on the Armory really put WAT behind. See, so they've now dropped down 40, 50 points because they weren't able to capture that Armory and that turned. So now it looks like the Crystal Mine. Ooh, here's a castle hit. Oh, that was, wow, wonder what that was. So it must have been an empty castle hit. I don't see any other castles, so let's see. Supply point rally. This will be an offensive loss by BK1. We'll just check out some of these stats. So 4.4 hit 6.1 million. So 1.5 million less troops. And the stats, I mean, the defender's a strong defender. So it looks like a rally just hit the Crystal Mine. We'll just check that out. Doesn't look like it's reported. Okay. So we got some rallies set here. Scores still fairly close. 435 WAT, 513 BK1. WAT's now counting down in possession of the Crystal Mine. BK1's in possession of the training ground, Tower Blessing on the south, and the Armory. WAT's got an incoming rally at the training grounds. Looks like BK1's going to defend it. It's an undersized rally. It looks like 4.6 million. So 4.6 and a single attack. So 5.5. Looks like they double rallied the training ground. See, that's the part we can't see, is when they have reinforcement or counter rallies set up, you know, we can't see that until we see them moving or hit. So they sent a double rally at the training ground. It doesn't look like it changed over, so we'll have to check that out. Yeah, so it didn't change over. BK1 maintained possession of that, but it's not recording the... Okay, so here's the double rally by WAT. So WAT with the double rally failure. 5.4 hits, takes a 1.8 million troop bite, leaves 4.1. They might have got some reinforcements in between there. So it doesn't look like it though. The second rally hit and lost also. So they weren't able to get reinforcements in between the two rallies, and WAT loses the double offensive rally set on the training grounds. So that'll hurt. BK1 was able to change it over. They get the possession points. So they're getting, looks like +8 per minute, +8 per minute, plus you get the changeover points. So that helped BK1 out a lot right there. BK1 is now up by, looks like 150 points. So, I mean, you see, this game turns into a possession and changeover battle early on. And if you're not able to play that back and forth change and changeover thing and prevent the capture points, you can quickly be overtaken with numbers. So it looks like BK1's got some slow marches going in, and with these buildings flashing, WAT's probably got him under attack. So they're going to try to recapture that. We'll just wait and see from this map. This map shows us our movement. So BK1 just sped in a 5.4 million reinforcement rally to it. So BK1's defending right now. They're seeing that they can defend these hits. So sometimes if you're playing against a really strong team and you can't really defend, you play that grind out points game where you'll recall and not let them hit your troops. So it looks like we had a couple fast moving attacks there. Let's see what we got. So here's a solo attack. This will be on the training ground at WAT with the offensive rally defeat, hitting Tookie's contingent. Tookie's monster on defense. I mean, it's not all Tookie in here. This is all, you know, reinforcements and everybody's set accordingly. Everybody's sitting in defense or in offense. But, I mean, if you look at Tookie's stats, Jesus, that's like a, yeah, that's like a stump. 322 defensive damage. So, WAT 610, BK1 851. I could have swore I saw some... Okay, so it wasn't at a castle. I thought these fast-moving attacks were going at one of these castles, but they were hitting this supply point. So it looks like BK1 took the supply point from this group right here. Wow, he's soloing to try to take it. Still no castle attacks, really. Not sure what that one was. So here's another offensive loss. Or that might have been the one I just looked at. Okay, so it looks like he just pounded the supply point. Pounded him back off the supply point solo and took that. So the first one, he hit it single, and then he just hit it again to take it from him with a rally. So here's, oh no, this is an offensive rally loss at the supply point. So BK1 held him off with a rally there. They hit him with 6.1. WAT's got us over 6 million size rally. And they lost the 4.1. So the first guy in there wasn't the initial strength. It was that's all about who's in that rally. So BK1 now up by almost 300 points. They're going to get some capture points here at the Crystal Mine. WAT's got a solo attack moving at the supply point. Yeah, BK1 just hit the gas and they're starting to pull away here. So BK1 with the strategy of sitting back from range, conserving your teleport just in case you got to use them to get out of the way, and not worrying about moving to the center of the map or anything like that. I mean, you use march speed ups, but literally, if you're right next to a castle, most of us we mash the march speed up button when we're right next to them anyway, so it doesn't matter. So it looks like the Crystal Mine's under attack from some singles, probably a reinforcement rally coming in. They're going to time some speeds here. So let's see. I don't see it change over. And BK1 maintains possession. So I'm not sure exactly what was hit there. So Crystal Mine just took. So the Crystal Mine is one, and then there's the micro crystals there. So the Crystal Mine took a rally hit, offensive rally loss, 6.2 million hit, 6.2 million roughly, about the same size. But left 4.9. So let's see if they were able to get any reinforcements in between. So it looks like they took the second rally. They were able to refill it. So he got back up to full almost. So 5, not quite full, but a couple guys got in there in between. But still, that helped a lot. He probably would have defended that versus without getting reinforcements. So 4, and then he ended up getting a few more reinforcements in on the third hit. So that was pretty well timed and coordinated by BK1 to get that, to hold off that triple rally on the Crystal Mine. That was well done. Okay, we got a 4.6 million rally moving at a supply point. It's flashing, so it's likely under attack. So BK1 doing really good work with their counter rallying and reinforcing to time these defenses. 774 watt BK1 1302. So BK1 continuing to push their lead. Yeah, it looks like it's likely full, but it's under attack from WAT. So they have this rally right here moving towards it for reinforcements to try to fill. And it looks like they have another march. They're going to try to... Looks like they're going to try to time some reinforcements in between some attacks. So we'll see. I don't see any movement from WAT at it, but it's flashing, so. Okay, so they got a 6.2 million rally moving at it. Let's see if they were able to take this supply point. Does not look like they were able to capture that. So, and it looks like they got a second moving attack in on it. BK1 had some fast moving, or that might have been a scout. So let's see that report. 6.2 million at 4, about 5 million. So here's oops. Decent stats. I mean, those are good stats. Everybody on this level's just monster stats. I would take any one of these stats. So WAT with another offensive loss, trying to capture a supply point. So that really hurts when you're trying to prevent the changeover points, and when you're trying to set rallies to take and fail. It really puts you in a deficit as far as points per minute. That's why you're starting to see BK1 really push that lead to a bigger amount. And what we can't see on that map is a lot of the microcrystals. So BK1's likely got a lot of that microcrystal dominance going on too. Okay, so WAT's got the training ground. I still don't see any castle hits here. Single hit. So here's a rally. Offensive rally victory by WAT. So again, that 6 million rally. So here's a 6 million rally coming from BK1. So it looks like they actually took it back. They did not allow the capture points. So we'll look at the report, give it a second to try to load. It's not loaded yet. So when you stop them from the timer countdown and you prevent that changeover, you really hurt them because they don't get the capture points. So I don't see a report. So I wonder if they just took that without a battle. So they maybe took it and recalled, or okay. So WAT with the offensive rally attack failure. And that's a strong castle. I mean, decent strength. So it looks like they double rallied it with the double rally failure on it. Okay. So, I mean, you got double rally failure on the training grounds, failing to prevent BK1 from gaining those capture points. BK1 filling it afterwards. It's still under attack right now. But BK1 doing really good with those reinforcement and counter of the counter rallies. They got the invisible castle skins, yep. I don't know why it does that. The only way you can tell they're there is the little skins over their heads, but it did that last week too. BK1 looks like they got a rally set on something. BK1's pretty fully in control of the match at the moment. They're up 600 points roughly. I mean, WAT's not going to give up. You know that. They're going to keep going. So supply points under attack. It's flashing. Crystal mines in BK1 control. WAT's starting to grind out possession points. They've now taken a little more control of the southern part of the map. They took the supply point, the tower blessing. Nobody's really went after the medical hall. I'm not sure if that just doesn't really give points per minute or what, but you can tell these guys know what they're doing though, because they skipped all the teleport points, the dragon towers. Nobody even went after those. So here we go. We got an incoming rally and reinforcement rally at the supply point. Let's see what we can see here. Both of them trying to time this. So here comes some speed. Okay, so they captured. We'll see that report show up here shortly. Unless BK1 had no troops there, then there won't even be a report. For some reason, the reports take a minute to load. I still don't see any castle hits yet, but I mean, all these castles here on the map are going to be hard to hit. So we got a lot of battling going on these microcrystals. So WAT's going after these microcrystals hard. You see all these little microcrystal hits? BK1's sending 1,000 troop marches out, just trying to grind out the possession, the majority of the possession on these microcrystals. We're having a lot of little battles over these little microcrystals. And I'm told they give good points per minute. If you got a lot of them, then you're gonna get a lot of points. So here was that first rally. 6.1 million. The rally defense win by BK1. And then it looks like they hit it again right afterwards. So another double rally loss. BK1 is tough. Very coordinated. I mean, these guys they're like a machine here, the way they work together perfectly. BK1's still up. They're not up by a whole lot. I mean, 600 points, it's a lot if you're just doing the point exchange, points per minute building location game. But, I mean, that can change quickly. We got 45 minutes to go. There's still a lot of time to go before people get desperate. So let's see some battle reports here. For some reason, once we get past the halfway mark, it tends to take a while for the battle reports to load into that screen, so I always have to give it a minute. Looks like WAT's got a rally set. Really cool castle combination. I like that aura, that skin, those wings, all that. Nameplate. So we're still just here. Yeah, so it's taken a while for the battle reports to load now. So we just got to kind of try to watch. It's WAT 1100 to BK1 1900. And by the way, I know my screen recorder does a small screen for some reason. I don't know. I'm just kind of a part-time streamer, YouTuber guy, so I don't have all the high-tech technology, sound recording studio stuff. So, I mean, this is, if anybody knows a full-screen streaming app that I can use for my phone, because that's the only device I use is my phone, then let me know. So the crystal mine is under attack. Looks like they're trying to speed in some reinforcements to it. It's still blue. So we get some singles. Here's a rally. Tookie with the offensive, or with the defensive victory again. I mean, Tookie is strong. Okay, so I mean, it doesn't look like a big possession game, but that's just because these teleport points and Dragon Towers don't give you any points. So both these teams just completely ignored them, so they leave a lot of white on the board. So it doesn't really look like a whole lot of possession, but there is a lot of possession going on the points per minute. So those buildings, the supply points, teleport, or the supply points, training grounds, those type buildings, there's a lot of fighting going over those only. They're not wasting marches, you know, because you only get 6 marches. You're not wasting any marches going after buildings that don't give you anything. Nobody's really teleporting, so they're not really shooting at those either. It's a pretty strategic point matching system that's going on here, so we'll follow this rally in. That looked like, what was that, a scout or something? So it looked like it was going at BK1 base. Maybe they shot a rally at somebody. BK1's now up by over 800 points, so WAT could be getting desperate enough to try to take some home run swings. Home run swings would be pop a couple of these castles, get some big hits on them, and there you go. The match is swung one way or the other. I don't see any castle hits, so it looks like everybody's been pretty good about avoiding. Here's another defensive victory from BK1. Bander. We'll check out Bander. He's pretty well known. Everybody knows Bander, right? So he went Archer. 1760 on Archer attack. Pretty close to 700 Archer HP. Bander's basically 300% defensive damage. Strong player too. BK1's got a ton of strong players. So does WAT though. So it looks like a couple of castles have moved. When you see these castles just like a little bit out of the spawn area that have moved, those are castles that have likely been attacked at and jumped out of the way. Because nobody wants to be the guy that got hit, that gave up the match, that lost it for everyone. So it looks like BK1 just took the armory back. Let's go ahead and check some battle reports. Okay, so BK1 with the defensive loss. This time WAT was able to knock Tookie off the spot. So these are just going to go down to what formations were used, because this offensive setter is strong. And a lot of these guys are learning on the fly. Like, they're seeing who's in there, that when they hit and lose one time, they're learning exactly what's in there and then adjusting. So a lot of these really good teams, they got a plan, but they're also really good at making adjustments mid-game. So if something's not working, do a little, adjustment, little change up, and sometimes that can be what it takes to mount an epic comeback or whatever. So 38 minutes to go. WAT down by 1,000 pretty much. Looks like BK1's in possession of the training grounds, crystal mine. They're counting down possession on the armory. They got the center supply point. They're counting down possession timer on the southern supply point. WAT's in possession pretty handily the whole game of the north area, Tower Blessing and supply point. They got the South Tower of Blessing, and they're counting down timer on the West supply point. So let's see if we got a battle report. Here's a narrow defeat on a supply point. So this will be a WAT victory, offensive victory, over, looks like, a smaller sized defensive amount of troops. So they're up here fighting over this supply point up here. Go check this out. Here's some money and some wings and some skins. These guys spend a little bit of money. So it looks like supply point's still in blue control, so WAT shot at it, and there's a victory. So it's not loading the recent one. So they double rallied. That's what they did. They double rallied it. And the last report just hasn't loaded yet. Yeah, I have my stream live up on my big screen TV, so to me the screen don't look small on my TV over there. It's good advice, you know, for everybody that's got a smart TV or, you know, whatever kind of device, because your operator over here just has limited technology. Go ahead and throw it up on your TV, and then makes it so you can see it a lot better. So WAT and BK1, 1,000-point difference, 35 minutes to go. We got a rally moving to the supply point to reinforce. It's flashing, so WAT's in possession of it, but it looks like BK1's got it under attack. That looks like a reinforcement rally that sped into it. See, I can't even see these microcrystals that are right there too. So BK1's grabbing all these little microcrystals. I've noticed that all these little dots around the map, they're blue. So looks like the north supply point's under attack. So it flashes even if it's got troops moving into it. So the north supply point's being held by BK1. BK1 just decided to take this supply point and hold it off. Continuing to grind on them. Push the lead. No big change except for BK1 just kind of moving away from him. So WAT's now recalling before taking the hit. So if you see that, that's them going home before they take that hit. So it looks like BK1 now smells blood, and they're going after every single point per minute building, and they're going for the kill. WAT's still rallying. Castle rallies at this point are I mean, they would be good if they're victories, but you're going after some strong castles. So if you lose, you could lose bad. Troop kills give good points both ways, attacking and defending. So BK1's just holding this supply point right in the middle of this little WAT group here. And doesn't want to give it up. And they're now starting to move to take teleport points. They're going on a 1,200 point lead. I gotta get some more coffee. So we'll see if we got any battle reports that we've missed. Nothing as far as castles. They're still doing this fighting over these microcrystals. The microcrystals that's pretty lucrative to own those. I mean, Dew was doing that last week too. You control a lot of those, you're going to rack up a good amount of points per minute. So far, it doesn't look like BK1's going to let go of this lead. It looks like WAT is still fighting, but BK1's now got, I mean, they sense victory. They're starting to dominate. This guy's really been giving it up for WAT. Setting a lot of rallies, defending a lot of rallies. This is probably going to be WAT's most valuable player right here. He's a pretty strong player. So BK1 still up by 1,200. Doesn't look to be any big change to the board situation. Everybody seems to be kind of staying put. This looks like it could have some rallies set. WAT's been really good with the double and triple rallies, but it's pretty hard to double and triple rally some of these guys BK1's got on their team. Oh, and we got a cancel. Looks like a canceled rally. So I wonder if that was a castle rally and somebody moved out of the way. So we'll look and see what BK1's base looks like. So a lot of the times, I'm not saying every one of this is the case, but a lot of times when you see people just kind of sidestep over a spot, it's because they've been their castles have been shot at, and they just slightly move out of the way because they're trying to avoid giving points. Which seems to be the case a little more over here. But not a whole lot. So it's hard to say, but I don't think a whole lot of these castles have been attacked. Oh, here we go. We got a castle attack. But again, that's an empty castle. That's the exciting part. We want to see the castle rallies. We want to see hits on some of these beast castles. I mean, kills are real. You get decent hospital, you know, but if you do exceed your hospital capacity in Dragon Campaign, you do get losses. So WAT is now down 1300 on BK1 with 27 minutes to go. Barring any catastrophe on BK1's side, it looks like they're going to win this. And I know it's early, but I mean, at this trajectory of the match so far, it's just looking like it's going to be BK1. So everybody who bet all their money on BK1, you're still looking good. I mean, we still got some sort of action here from WAT, so they are still kind of setting and fighting. I see a lot of moving marches going back and forth between these two centralized groups. BK1's in pretty solid possession. Still no real change as far as reports here. So it looks like we got some offensive rallies from WAT coming at some BK1 castles. We'll see what happens here. This looks like, wow, 4 rallies incoming at BK1. At Bander with the quadruple rally. Let's see how this goes. You can't see his castle, but I just saw his Lord page. They just hit Bander with the 4 rallies. Hopefully this calculates. This should be exciting. So they rallied BK1 King Bander with the quadruple rally. Let's see how that went. So we got 1 so far. So Bander's over here with about a 5 billion gajillion zillion troops. That's rally 1. So the other ones haven't calculated yet. Come on. So here's the 4 rallies, or 3. Oh, here's a counter rally. So BK1 with the counter pop. They set the counter on WAT Castle. That's 8.7 million losses, real ones. Nice. So BK1 shot a counter rally. Let's see some of these others. So perfect. Here's the second hit on Bander. We'll see Bander's stats. 1791, 735 HP. Bander's defensive damage, 339%. Defensive damage taken, 270. That might be the strongest or the highest defensive damage I've seen so far. Definitely this whole playoffs, that's the strongest defensive damage I've seen. So Mr. Nope's got to rally up. So they're going to start doing some castle rallying here, it looks like. BK1's now up 1517, almost 1800. We'll see if we can see any more castle hits. So I could have swore they hit Bander with a quadruple rally, but I only see these reports. So I'm pretty sure we just saw some castle rallies go. BK1's still not, so Mr. Nope disbanded. BK1's still not letting up on these points per minute buildings. They're still holding their points per minute buildings, and they're shooting at castles. So I still don't see any more battle reports. I could have swore I saw 4 rallies going over there, shooting at the BK1 King. So they're still fighting over these micro crystals. There's probably a lot more of that than we're seeing too, because they don't show up on the map. You have to kind of watch those. So let's go over here and see if we've seen a lot of WAT castles moved. So here was the victim. She took a shot. There's not a whole lot moved, but these castles that are just kind of sidestepped, a lot of those are just moved one step over to avoid taking a hit. So it doesn't look like a whole lot of WAT castles moved out of the way. BK1 just shot at something. They're starting to kind of move to grind out total possession of the board. They're taking the teleport points. They even got a dragon tower. Why not? That's kind of asserting some dominance. WAT at 1500, BK1 at 3400. It's BK1's ball game here, pretty much. So, Mr. Nope with the glorious castle skin. I do like that skin. I mean, it's cool. Too bad I can't afford that one. So it looks like Mr. Nope just shot at something. Let's see here. So no more castle rallies after that initial punch exchange there. Okay, so looks like BK1's just going to start grinding out total possession of the board. WAT will have to literally punch some holes right through some castles to come back from this. That was pretty admirable of him, though, to go after Bander. Bander only has about 10 gazillion troops. Very strong stats. So far, the strongest defensive damage I've ever seen. But I haven't seen everything, so. Not seeing any real major changes. Looks like Bander's got a rally up. Oh, here's another castle attack. So let's look at this guy. So they went ahead and rallied. Mr. Nope went ahead and rallied the WAT MVP for the match, his castle. It's a pretty good defense there. Big hospital capacity. Let's check his defensive damage out. So defensive damage on his own castle over a point is 307, 266. That's huge. 300% is huge. Not everybody's going to be over 300. Not many people are going to even be to 300% on that. So we got more microcrystals going after those. BK1's still in possession basically of the entire board. Looks like WAT will be dropping 2,000 points behind now at this point. BK1's still moving out to take point per minute buildings, reinforce. They're still moving. not seeing any new battle reports, nothing as far as castle hits. I mean, at this point, you're not really going to do a whole lot rallying these buildings. It's going to only need to be castle rallies that are going to be effective here. So BK1's now moving to try to take basically full possession of the board, moving at dragon towers, moving at teleport points. There's some psychological effect to having the full board your color also. I mean, there's no shame in losing to a team like this. WAT definitely strong castles, big team. Takes a lot to get even this far in this match. Top 4 dragon campaign team. That's a huge accomplishment in itself. Okay, so it looks like we got another castle attack here. So BK1 with the castle attack on WAT. So at this point, we're going to be doing castle rallies. This is lovely. This is my favorite. So 4 million, 4.7 million real losses. Hitting BK1 hitting 276, it's 282 million troops roughly, with really good stats. It looks like, let's check out the defensive damage. So good defensive damage taken with the dragon campaign buffs. Good stats. Still overcame the huge hospital capacity and took a little bite out of them. So that's going to be these new rally formations that people are using, filling them with good strong players, good big teams. I mean, you're no longer unrallyable. A lot of these castles that thought that they'd never take a rally or never be attacked are now experiencing something different in their life where they're actually being attacked and they're under threat. I mean, there's people that have played their whole life in this game, their whole game career, 5-year career or whatever, and never been under threat of attack, who are now all of a sudden able to be rallied. So in the last few weeks, a lot of people have kind of been like shocked and awed by some of these reports that have been going around, but the new formations have made it so anybody can be hit. So 22 points up. Some more castle rallies. Lovely. So that's the one we just saw. Here's a new one. So is that the same target? No, it's a different target. So here we go. A little bit better of a defense there. Good strong defensive stats. 300% defensive damage. So this guy did a lot better. 300% defensive damage, I guess, is, I mean, that's the new goal for anybody who's trying to take a hit. And it's not just about stats anymore. You know, troop composition's a factor also in defending. So, you know, you got to learn. If you've never taken a hit, you got to learn that troops are a big factor in how you defend a hit. So if you don't have the correct troop composition, you're going to get a big chomp out of your ass. So some scouts. Let's see here. So 2,300 points up. BK1's going to win this one. You know, and the point swing here at this point, people are doing castle hits. Castle hits give, you know, big points. So people are just going for fun at this point. So It was a lot closer earlier on, but once it kind of started sliding, it never really had a chance to come back. So WAT did take some shots at Castles, trying to do some sort of a comeback. That's what they had to do. There really wasn't a chance any other way. And they did. They made an attempt. There's no shame in either of these teams winning or losing. Somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. And you're talking the top 4 teams in the whole game here, so. Okay, so we got 10 minutes to go. I'm going to give out some reward codes, and this will be basically basic Coke information. Whoever can type fastest and give me the right answer will win. So let me just give you guys a minute to kind of prepare for that. Yeah, the bug march or whatever, it's not a bug. I mean, that's it. It's not a glitch, it's not a bug, it's not a hack, it's nothing. There's nothing to the bug march. It's just, I mean, you got to read it. I don't want to give a whole lot away to it, but you got to read it. It's not bug, it's standard procedure now. All right, so the first winner is going to get this first reward code. Whoever types in the correct answer first will get the first reward. And let me see here. Go through my questions. All right, so this is just a basic Coke trivia. What will be the name of the T12 Archer unit? Whoever types the T12 Archer unit first wins. Okay, I'm waiting. T12 Archer unit. So Ollie C. So Ollie C is the winner. So you're going to get the first reward code. I'm going to write your name down here, Ollie C. You're going to have to find me in game or find me in WeChat. I'm going to contact you and you're going to get the first reward code. So, did we miss any castle out of these? Looks like we got one. So, K200 just hit WAT with another castle rally. All right. So, second question. So, this question will be, what is the name of the facility that expands your wounded capacity? First one to type that in. Facility that expands your wounded capacity. So congratulations to BK1 on this victory. They got 8 minutes to go. They're going to win this for sure. Good job, everyone, going after castles at the end. That's fun always. Still waiting for a winner on my second reward code. Who can tell me the name of the facility? Ali C, you can't win again. Sorry. You can only win one reward code. So whoever can tell me what building in your castle expands your wounded capacity. Incorrect, Yang Feng. Okay, so Lord Moo, you win the second one. I cannot believe that one took so long. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Okay, so next question will be, what is the unit type that counters cavalry? Tell me the unit type to counter a cavalry attack. Come on, guys. We only got a couple minutes left to get these reward codes out. You're close, Semi. I'm going to give it to Yan Feng just because he's correct. So Yan Feng, you get the correct infantry. Technically, it's pikemen. Yes, pikemen. They are a type of infantry, but there's two different types of infantry. So Yan Feng gets the third one. Okay. All you guys are going to have to come try to find me in the game. Or you can add me on WeChat. My WeChat name is Commander Darkspear. But I'll also show my coordinates in the game. And then you can get it. So I got 2 more codes left. Basic Coke trivia questions. Every one of you guys that's watching this should be getting these. You're going to have to message me in the game. Stand by till after we leave this. And we will go to my main map. You'll see my location. My coordinates will be posted. And then you can just mail me directly in the game and tell me which person you were. And we'll verify, and then I'll send you your game code. So, 4th question, real quick. We have 5 minutes to go. 4th question will be, what is the T12 siege unit name? Name the T12 troop, the siege unit from the Huxa civilization. T12 siege. I don't have any background music, no Jeopardy. I don't know. Come on. T12 siege unit. What's it called? What's it called? Okay, so I'll wait. So the Phoenix Wing. There you go. Semi 200 won a reward code. All right. So Semi 200 wins a reward code. Grande Siege, sorry, that's T13. Phoenix Wings, that's T12. Semi won that one. Okay. Last reward code is going to be easy. What is the T12 infantry unit? Name the T12 infantry unit. Once again, if you already won one, you can't get it. 148 1. I'll look for you. 148 1. Who's going to win the last reward code? T12 infantry unit. Okay, Freedom 47 wins that one. I can't see you, Semi. You got your invisible code on there. So Freedom 47 wins the last one. Okay, so all you guys that want a reward code, just wait, and then as soon as this is over, a couple of minutes, it'll take me back to the world map. You'll see my actual chords in 3 minutes. Message me. Just message my castle directly. Tell me your lord name, and will get you your reward code. Of course, I'll have to verify a little bit just to make sure somebody else isn't trying to steal your reward code. But you'll get your reward code. Okay, so you're good night on my WeChat. Lord Moo sent me a WeChat. Okay, WeChat works too. You can send me Commander Darkspear on my WeChat, or you can send me directly to my castle. 2 minutes to go. BK1's gonna win this over WAT. The score really doesn't tell the full tale. WAT was pretty much in it for the beginning. Do we got any more castle attacks before we go? Anybody else want to try their luck? So it looks like BK1's just, I mean, 100 million plus troops don't mean a whole lot anymore unless they're the right ones. So here's another defense. My WeChat name is Commander Darkspear. Well, that's my WeChat ID. So 1 minute to go. BK1's going to win this. Congratulations. WAT did a good job. These are the top 4 teams in the whole game. So somebody's going to lose, somebody's going to win. But in the end, BK1 won this one over WAT. They'll go on to face, I don't know yet. We'll find out. So I will also be doing another live stream here shortly. And that will be do versus win. And then the winner of those, so there's 8 total teams left at the beginning of this match. The 4 teams to win this will get matched up after this. As soon as I get the schedule on that, then I will post my schedule as far as what I'll be streaming. $20 seconds to go. Thanks for the WeChat message. So we're just going to count down. Yeah, the do stream versus win, that's a pretty highly anticipated match. The random ninjas. So we're going to go back to the map. Good job, Kingdom 200. Okay, so here we are. Those of you that can't find me on WeChat, I'm in Kingdom 97 at 312549. That's my location. Anybody can message me directly. Game questions, just to say hi. And definitely all the winners need to message me so I can get you your codes. I'll be giving out 5 more codes in the next one. Yeah, WeChat ID is Commander, and then all one word is Commander Darkspear. DARKSPEAR. So we'll go ahead and look and make sure we check. Everybody got my location. We'll just check out the time for the next Dragon campaign streaming. That's going to be in 1 hour 58 minutes. So I'll go live in about 1 hour 55 minutes. And yeah, that will be that one. So once again, if you got a reward code and you can't find me on WeChat, find me right here, 312549. That's my physical location in the game. So thanks for tuning into my live stream and checking me out. And don't forget to check out the rest of my videos that are just Clash of Kings videos. And yeah, I appreciate all you guys' support. So thanks.